Hi, this is Stella with Crafty Luxe Designs. More often than not, I get asked the question, how do you create your resealable chip bags? So today I'm going to show you the technique that I use that has worked wonders for me, and hopefully it will work for you as well. The supplies that I'm going to use are, of course, your custom designed chip bag layout. You're going to need double-sided tape, scissors. I use a paper cutter. You may decide not to use this. It's up to you, but I use a paper cutter as well. A resealable bag. And of course, a bag of chips. Now this is for a 1 ounce bag of chips. I will post all of the links to the items in the description box below. Now let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do, let me put this to the side, is you want to take the resealable bag. You're only going to use the top portion of the bag. You're not going to use this piece down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off. Reason being, unless it's a personal party, you do not want to physically put chips inside of this bag for health reasons alone. You know, you don't want to do that if you're doing it for a client. What you're going to want to do is you want to put the entire sealed bag inside the chip bag that you create. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the top part of this resealable bag. I'm going to leave a little bit of a lip down here, you know, just so that it will not come apart, you know, as you're opening and closing it. You want it to stay intact. So this is what I used my paper cutter for. I've marked a certain spot on here that works for me. So I'm going to just take that, cut that off. This is what I have. See, I just left a little bit of a lip right here. That's all I need. You know, so I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to put this to the side too, because who knows? I may use this for another project later. So now I'm done with the cutting board. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the back of my chip bag layout. So what I do here is you're only going to want to put tape on 3 sides of the chip bag. What you need to do is determine which side you want to overlap the other side. For my chip bag, this side is going to overlap this side. So I want to put tape on this side of the chip bag, but not on this side of the chip bag. The reason being is when you're creating it, you want to be able to open the chip bag. You don't want tape to adhere to the other side of the paper. You want all of this space to stay open, so you don't want to put tape on this side. Just tape on this side. I'll show you what I mean when we get started. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to flip this way. So this side here is the side that I am not putting tape on. So your design should, the front of your design, the top of your design should be facing you, depending on which side you want or do not want your tape on. If you don't, whatever side you don't want your tape on, that should be on the left side. The side that you want tape on should always point to the right. Hopefully that made sense. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my double-sided tape, and this stuff is a beast. Really, if you get this tape on and then you accidentally place something on it, or think you're going to be able to reposition something, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to do that. This tape here is very strong, and once you place it, you can't move it. So be very careful when using it. So I'm going to add the tape to this side here. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you try to get as close to the edge as possible. Like so. And the purpose of trying to get close to the edge as possible is so that you won't have any gaps in your design. I know you've probably seen, or maybe you have done, I know I've done in the past, whereas I don't have my tape all the way to the edge. And when you look at your design, you can see up under, up under, that layer. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure everything is going to lay flat. So here I'm going to use my scissors and cut off the excess here. That off. Turn to the side, and we're going to tape this short side. And that's another thing. The short sides are the sides that are going to fold in. So one of the short sides will have tape. The other short side will not have tape. So there's that. I'm going to cut this off. And then the last side that I'm going to tape, the last long side. I got lucky that time. I moved it really quickly. I didn't have time to think that, oh my gosh, she put me down, I'm going to stay. All right, so I'm putting the last strip of tape down. I'll cut this excess off. All right, let's see. Okay, we're good there. So I'm done with my scissors, and I'm done with the tape. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure the top of your design is facing away from you, and put that face down. Now what I have here is a forgiving mat. I believe that's what they call this. And my mat here has a ruler on it. And what I needed to do was I need to find the center of my mat so that I can center my chip bag on it, and then I'll be able to center the resealable portion on here. So my center is 3.5 by 14.5, because this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I could have started over at the 1, but now I want to start right in the middle of this mat. So now what I need to do, now that I found my center and I placed my design, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this top strip. I'm going to expose the tape and find my center of my design. So the center of my design, because that's where I'm going to place this. So the center of my design, I love this mat because it has little dots, that shows you 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, so on and so forth. So the center of my design is 6.5 on the left and 11.5 on the right. So all I need to do is line up the top, line up the left side at 6.5, and get this as close to the top as you possibly can. So we got 6.5. Move it over a little bit. By this being plastic, you're able to take it off of the tape, off of the sticky portion. If it was paper, yeah, no, you would have had to start over. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to press this down to fix it. Make sure it adheres really well to that tape. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the tape off of the bottom. We're still going to leave this tape over here on this left side. We're going to take the tape off of the bottom here. And we're going to fold this right side in. We're going to butt it up to the right side of the resealable item. We're going to fold it up, get as close to that as we can, and line that up to the top. Once you got it lined up to the top, once you're happy with that, press down on it. Then don't move anything. Take your finger and pull it all the way down. Perfect every time. Every time. Perfect. What you want to do the same thing on the left side. However, you do not want to take this tape off. You take this tape off at the very last moment. So, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to butt it up to the left side of the resealable item. And we're going to line it up at the top. Flatten that up there. Put your thumb here or whatever, hold it down and pull it down to the bottom. Perfect. Now what you want to do, now that you got that sealed, you want to lift this bottom portion here. You want to lift this up, reach under there, and you want to pull that backing off of that tape. Pull that off like that. Pull your finger down, seal it. You got your resealable chip bag. Absolutely perfect. Lined up perfectly. You can't get any better than that. And I tell you, it's every single time. You follow this technique, it will work for you every single time. So now, you can either decide to crimp this at the bottom and the top if you like. You know what? Let's do that. Where's my crimper? I know I just had it around here. Here's my crimper. So we're going to crimp the bottom and the top. I don't know. So I'm going to crimp this. Let me see if I can. Just a little bit. All right. Crimp that. And I'm going to crimp the top as well. Just 1.5 turns basically is what I do. Not even the whole turn. Like that. So that's crimped. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our chips into this bag. So we're going to open this up. Hold on. So, see, all we do here is pull that open. You have a resealable chip bag. All you need to do now is take your chips, push them down in there. Seal that back up. And you're ready to go. If you like this video, please like, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the, please leave any questions that you may have, and I will be sure to answer as soon as I possibly can. But I hope you like this tutorial. And see, this is what it looks like on the back. And this is what it looks like in the front. Thank you so much, and I really hope you subscribe to my channel.